The Bradley Manning trial resumed in Fort Meade, Maryland today. Army Judge Colonel Denise Lind allowed the defense lawyer David Coombs and his team to deliver their arguments to have Bradley Manning acquitted for some of the charges due to a lack of evidence. The team is seeking to have the most serious charge, aiding the enemy, which could result in a life sentence, dropped, along with 6 lesser charges. For more on the trial today, RT correspondent Liz Wahl joins me now. Hi there, Liz. So can you start off by talking about what came out of today's trial, really?
Yeah, that's right, Megan. As you said, today we heard arguments regarding the defense's motions to dismiss some of the charges that Bradley Manning faces. Like you said, the computer fraud charge and aiding the enemy charge, the most serious charge that Bradley Manning faces, carries a life sentence without parole. And today we heard from Manning's attorney, David Coombs, what I've been hearing time and time again from his supporters and people keeping a close eye on this trial, and that's that the prosecution simply did not present enough evidence to get Manning on this charge of aiding the enemy. Now, what Coombs reiterated today is that the government did not present any proof that Manning had actual knowledge, these 2 key words here, actual knowledge, that he was aiding the enemy when he leaked these secret classified documents to the whistleblowing website WikiLeaks. Coombs said that the only thing Manning did was put information on the internet. He said there is no proof that when he did this, when he leaked this information, he had actual knowledge that Al-Qaeda, that Osama bin Laden or Al-Qaeda affiliates were going to get a hold of this information. He said there's no proof that that was Bradley Manning's intent, and that is why he's asking for the judge to drop these charges. We should hear, Megan, the judge's ruling on these charges, on these motions, on Thursday.
Now, Liz, let me ask you this, because I also understand that the prosecutors were supposed to rebut some of the evidence that the defense had laid out in its case. What happened there? How did they rebut it, or did they?
Well, that is going to come. As we know, the prosecution is made clear that they do intend to have this rebuttal trial, and that is going to continue on Thursday. We heard today the prosecution saying that they want to call up some of the witnesses that they had called in their phase of the trial. They want to call up some of their witnesses and try to basically as a rebuttal to what the defense has put forward in their case. So we're going to have this rebuttal trial. That's going to continue on Thursday. Today, in regards to, we heard arguments from both the defense, why they want those charges thrown out, and by the prosecution. And basically, interesting what they said. They said, you know, that the government, they're saying that it's the government's theory that Bradley Manning did know that he was aiding the enemy, when he put this information on the internet. They cited his job as an intelligence analyst, that's what his job was, to work on computers and to be computer savvy, and that he knew exactly what he was doing when he was putting this information on the internet. So that's what the government's saying. They're going with that. They are going with this aiding the enemy charge. But from what I'm hearing so far, what we've seen in this trial is that the evidence has been circumstantial. There has been no hard evidence that this has been Bradley Manning's intent. So we should hear Thursday, Megan, a big day, because we're going to know whether or not the judge is going to dismiss this serious charge, this charge of aiding the enemy.
And we are going to find out, hopefully within the next couple of days, whether or not these charges will or will not be dropped. What's next in this case, Liz?
Well, what's next? As I said, we're going to have this rebuttal case on Thursday. So we are going to hear some more testimony from some of the witnesses that we've heard so far. So we're going to hear more testimony, more evidence. Thursday, we're also going to hear back regarding the computer fraud charge and this aiding the enemy charge. And then after that, it's unclear how long this rebuttal part of the trial is going to go on. But once that closes up, in that case, we're going to hear from the judge. Colonel Lind is making the ruling by herself. She is the one, since there is no jury, she is going to deliver the verdict in this case, Megan.
The trial of Bradley Manning falling down into the hands of one woman. RT correspondent Liz Wahl, thank you so much for reporting from Fort Meade, Maryland today.